Welcome students. An interesting development that is being seen in Karnataka. Let's examine that and take something relevant for examination. How Chief Minister and Governor's tussle would impact center-state relationships, and beyond that, what powers does Governor possess to go against a cabinet or Chief Minister. So without any delay, let's look at what's happening in Karnataka and how Chief Minister and Governor's tussle would be dealt with various Supreme Court judgments, as the provisions of Constitution are not enough. So first, let's understand this story and let's get into the details and how it would be relevant for examination. First thing, in Karnataka, after Siddaramaiah ordered to cut the cords with SBI and PNB, that was another development continuing. Not sure whether it is because of the vendetta politics or it's a parallel event happening differently. In an urban development board case, there was a fraud which was at least alleged. Not sure whether it is a proper reporting or just a random complaint. But to prosecute him, Governor of Karnataka has ordered for prosecution against Chief Minister. Now the question is, can Governor take that decision? Again, I would repeat the question. Governor has to follow the aid and advice of, he has to act according to aid and advice of Council of Ministers. Now, will Governor listen to them and act only on aid and advice of them, or can he order with his own discretionary powers? Does Governor possess discretionary powers to do this? That's the question. Nowhere in Constitution or any statutory provision says that Governor possesses power or any discretionary provision or function that he could go against Chief Minister ordering prosecution. But a Supreme Court interpretation in A.R. Antule case. A.R. Antule was Chief Minister of Maharashtra and a similar prosecution happened in 1982. How Supreme Court viewed it becomes basis for Governor of Karnataka to take action in the similar grounds. Similar case was with Marri Chennareddy and Jayalalitha case. It happened in 1995 and the case of Jayalalitha continued till somewhere around 2002 and she withdrew later on. So these two cases, how, of course, there was no judgment in this case as the petitioner withdraw. Still the obiter dictum or the passing comments in this case and even the A.R. Antule's case of 1982, that means the Chief Minister of Maharashtra's scenario, forms basis. Now let's get into the detail what was observed by court and how the interpretations would form basis. First thing first, the provisions like reserving a bill or advising for state emergency or any other issues where discretionary powers are given, that means situational discretionary. Again, I am saying situational because those are not constitutional discretionary powers. Unlike President, Governor has some situational discretion. If you understand the core philosophy behind them, you'll get cord or you'll get the thread which could be seen as a link for what empowers Governor to take those executive action or prosecution against chief minister. All these places where council of ministers are parties and are either affected or they are, with chief minister himself, whether they are affected, whether they are parties who may lose or gain, governor has discretionary power. Even appointment of chief minister, it's a situational discretionary. First he appoints and asks to prove the majority. So in all these cases, governor can first use his discretion when one of the parties chief minister and his position may get affected. In all those cases, governor can take discretionary power. So with this A.R. Antule's case, Supreme Court has opened the Pandora box where the possibilities will become non-exhaustive list, because when all these situational discretionary places, wherever chief minister is involved as a party, it's straight away governor who gets power as a real head rather than nominal head. He is no more nominal and he has nothing to do with aid and advice of council of ministers. This is what governor of Karnataka would refer to take and justify his actions. Now the other side, the similar cases were happening with Kerala and Tamil Nadu, where governors were trying to remove council of ministers without the advice of chief minister. Can they do that? No, because they won't qualify under this discretionary powers. The situational discretion, when we say, should involve not just council of ministers but also chief minister himself, the head of the executive himself, if is involved. That means if it is danger to post of one council of minister, two council of ministers, no, it's not the discretion governor has. If the whole cabinet or council of ministers, including chief minister, if gets affected, imagine this case, Siddaramaiah, if he is arrested, if he is losing his chief ministership, the cabinet has to be dissolved and new cabinet would come, including chief minister. If everyone else is involved, then the situational discretion is given. So this is how, rather than going by the words in any statute or constitution, if you understand the core philosophy for granting the situational discretion, then you will understand what powers, what unwritten powers governor possesses inherently by default. Hope you understood things that are relevant for your examination, and this is how the center-state relations would get affected, where India was already commented by KC Ware that it's a quasi-federal with center bias. So the tilt towards center is visible here, that even the federal head of the federal structure, which sources power directly from constitution, may be toppled. His government may be toppled by governor using this situational discretion. Of course, later on, it would be about Article 361 of Indian Constitution, which has to be examined again by a constitutional bench, which is still going on. Whether after these actions is governor answerable to court. On paper, whatever action he takes, he is not answerable. Yes, he will not be punished. The meaning of this article is he will not be punished if it is a malicious intent. Because as part of office, whatever decisions you take, he will not be punished. But can the action be nullified or reversed? This is what court would examine. So, if they find some malicious intent, any action on Siddaramaiah will be reversed, but governor will not be held accountable for his actions. So this is what Article 361 says. Hope you understood how situational discretion would go and how this Article 361 would be interpreted. I think today we did things differently, that we went to the core philosophy that has been imbibed in the Constitution to understand something unwritten and hidden things. If you like this kind of analysis, please follow these videos. Another day, I'll be back with another interesting analysis where we would get into the depths of the issue and learn something which is relevant for examination. Till then, thank you.